Like a Dyson, Smins. Like a Dyson. How you doing? Doing all right. When mod, when price is at 18K, I will make you mod. I've decided.
I am who I say I am. Exhale.
Damn it, Dan. I need to remove the chat off of the screen. Oh no. It's gone. It's not gone. It's a family-friendly show. What's up, some volatile dude? How you doing? Good, good. All right, hope you guys are doing well today. Let's get right into it. Quiet the music down here for a sec. All right, welcome to Friday, the best day of the week. Short list of stucks today. Yeah, let's perfect, post it. Awesome. Let me see if we got this up. Yeah. All right, before we get into it, I want to welcome everybody and a couple of disclaimers. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I'm just a trader trading my own shit. For all the tools I'll be using on stream, they can be found on the bapigindicator.com website. These guys make the best mathematics-based indicators on TradingView. There's a referral link in the description of the stream. There's also a link to our Discord. Come hang out, come learn some new stuff, come add add some value, bro. The stream begins and I get an ad. Yeah, that's the non-sub life. Welcome. All right. I'm gonna probably move those around. That's something new that's been implemented. I think there's one 15 minutes in as well. All right. Is there anything else I want to say here? Oh yeah, come follow me on Twitter as well. I shout out some occurrences that I spot outside of the stream and hope to provide value as well there. Let's get into the charts. We're all staking poor. Yeah. Can you buy a girl drinks with your stake cash, or is it all locked up? It's the real question. All right, let's take a look at the world. How is the world doing today? Australia, yesterday we were looking at the low volatility reading, which is shared among many of the markets. Oh, actually, I should mention something. There's been an update to the DEW and the XCM. There will be further updates coming out. This is a brand new tool, so it's very likely that we're going to see some differences in it for the time being, as well as some new features being added for our benefit and further updates in the future. Nice. So that's why it looks different today. All right. For Australia, this market has a nice reduction in its entropy, suggesting, hey, your tools are much more likely to give you some edge here. That is, if you have edge on your tools, unlike the RSI or something silly like that. Although we do have an RSI div tool as well. The combo between those two could be pretty powerful. Let me see if I can put it on. Do you have too much shit on? Loading. It is just loading. All right. So for the Australian markets, actually, I'm not going to introduce new tools here. All right, I'm just going to go with what we're used to. Anyways, the one thing I'd want to bet on here is higher volatility in the future. This is some sort of mean reversion for the time being, just because the self-similarity of returns is now moving down. This would suggest that, hey, the return you got here is unlikely to look similar to the return you're getting here. We're kind of seeing that in the price now. And actually, if we wanted to go off returns, which is what you should be doing, use moments because you can get raw returns over there. That's what the self-similarity of the returns is referring to. Show bands. Okay, and then if we go to, for example, log, so we see the return here and the return here. The SSR suggesting they're unlikely to be self-similar, and that is in fact being confirmed by the mom here. So that's kind of what it's referring to there. Let's take a look at, yeah, the one thing about Australia, higher volatility in the future. That's really the bet that I want to be making. Let's take a look at Germany. Is Germany getting that expansion in volatility now? Mom has gone negative here with the R squared expanding. Self-similarity returns is moving up. HVP still printing zeros. We could look on a lower time frame, just subdivide it a little bit, zoom in, if you will. On the 4 hour, you're starting to get that pickup already, so it is coming in now. Looks like the initial blast will be to the downside. If we remember all the previous streams, as HVP expands, it does not have to stay in one direction, and often we see actually just the same range but just wider and wider moves, essentially. Yeah, higher volatility in the future, probably across all markets. If you are participating in these, I would probably want to be hedged against volatility, or if you're participating in it, I probably want to be long volatility. Nice. Let's take a look at Russia. Russia taking another big step down today. Wow. We are in the middle of a lockdown. They were saying a week, but I think it's been a little while longer. We see the SSR taking up on this move down. Not very good. Likely to sustain this for the time being. It does have quite a bit of room on here. You are the 5% cone, so take that as you will. Likely to see higher volatility in the future. MOEX, same deal. When Smith's mod. So we've decided at 18k, Smith's is going to become mod. Soon TM, exactly. Yeah, likely higher volatility in the future for the MOEX as well. Took a massive step in the positive direction for the SSR with just one candle, with just a single return. Wow. And it was on the outside of the other band beforehand, suggesting, hey, you're likely to start something new. This is the something new. Looks like Russia's going to be bleeding up for the time being. Not looking too good here. All right, let's see how UK is doing. UK is starting to get its initial HVP expansion here. Self-similarity moving up on this move down. You are outside of the... Not quite yet. You're quite up there on the band, suggesting that this kind of behavior is unlikely to persist for very long. It doesn't mean that we can't get lower prices in the future, though. MOM is deeply negative, R squared expanding on it, HVZ expanding, volatility expanding. Likely some continued downside over a prolonged period of time, at least for the time being. We do have other tools to measure extremes. One of them being the probability cone is like, okay, hey, you're unlikely to see lower and lower prices, but right here you're right in the middle of the cone. You are on the new bouncer line though, for what it's worth on the daily. We'll actually be getting into this a little bit on Bitcoin as well. It's some interesting stuff happening on Bitcoin. Some interesting stuff. All right, China having a day up. Look for the SSR to start something new. That's the one thing that I'd want to pay attention to here. MOM's still deeply negative, volatility still cooling, as you're getting this kind of ranging behavior for the time being. Let's take a look at this on the weekly too. MOM has gone negative on the weekly on China. This can definitely take some time, but looks like you're still cooling volatility, just some sort of drift happening here. In terms of what can we expect for this market, we have to wait and see, essentially, just because the volatility is likely to remain cooling here for the time being, and it's likely to continue ranging for the time being. I would look for SSR to give me a sense of, hey, is this a good bet to take right here, right now? Probably soon TM. All right, let's take a look at HSI. Yeah, very similar stance for the HSI. Took a pretty big dip down, but unlikely to continue as you are now outside of the SSR band. Take a look at Japan. Japan, we were suggesting, hey, you're likely to see lower volatility in the future. You're still getting that. Nothing has happened that's significant since we last saw it. Probably continue to cool this for the time being, although the HVZ is pretty low. All right, Nikkei, same stance as Japan 225, very similar. The view is suggesting this is a long for the time being. I think it shares that with the Japan 225 stocks. Volatility is moving lower for the time being. Yes, HVZ is picking up here though. Fuck is Pangolin? Who knows, man? Who knows with these guys? There's so much shit that so much shit on the market nowadays. I think there's like 10,000 coins at this point. It's actually nuts. A lot of them are rebase coins. I know that's what Bitcoin Poppy's into. There's a lot of shit to look at. All right, Dow Jones, and actually, in fact, most of the US markets, very low vol. this doesn't mean that we're gonna see, you know, a big blast to the downside. It's certainly a possibility, but the one thing I'd want to bet on is higher volatility in the future. On the SSR front, let's actually just go back to the daily. On the weekly, we saw the SSR being at extremes in this area. We've now kind of reverted back a little bit. We finished this sort of extreme up behavior, up only, if you will. All right, what's next for the markets? It is now on the due line here for the new due. We have had some very good occurrences of it bouncing off of the due range, and actually this does have no, not scalp, excuse me. This does have the due bands. I have not been testing this or working with it for very long, nor do I have a very good understanding, so I'm not going to be showing this today. I will be learning more of this for next week, so we'll see more features from the due for next week. The one thing I want to say, likely higher volatility in the future. So far it looks like it's going to come to the upside. Take a look at the weekly as well. Anything on the weekly here? Yeah, you were outside of the SSR band here on the Dow Jones. Likely we see further upside. At least that's how I'm just going off the probabilities. Likely we see further upside over a period of time. But this can definitely change. Let's actually take a look at the probabilities. 36,530, 35,734. All right, here are your probabilities for the next 30 days. Come on, load in, please. So you have a 27% probability of closing below, what was the price here? Below target, 35,652 for the Dow Jones, and a 46% probability of closing above 36,530. This is where I'm getting the quote-unquote likelihood from. Also, if you wanted to just make a bet on, are we going to stay above 35,652, you have about a 75% chance, no, a 70% chance, let's call it, just evening out the numbers here. So that's a pretty decent bet as far as bets goes. All right, let's take a look at the S&P 500. Hey, welcome to the market open. Yeah, I've been removing and adding the due for a little while here, Dogman. they've been rolling out updates. The S&P 500 is not giving you an occurrence on the due, although the entropy is going lower here, suggesting that, hey, if we have an edge in this market, it's more likely to play out, I should say, excuse me. Probably more upside in the near future. I would be worried about the low volatility here. The SSR, also look for this to start picking up for some immediate directional plays. That's actually going to be powerful probably next week. What can we expect for hey, your SSR was out of the band here as well. You're now seeing this kind of behavior come to an end, where we had you know, what was this, 4 weeks of straight up. We've definitely slowed down from that kind of behavior. Look for the daily to pick back up to give you the same kind of play on the daily time frame. All right, anything else we want to say here on the weekly? Volatility also very low. Yeah, volatility is very low across all markets. Big massive move incoming. Mom is still negative, although the R square is very, very low on this. I wouldn't pay too much attention to this cross for the time being. I would just be waiting on the SSR to give you something new for the mom to cross up as the R squared is expanding, HVZ expanding in a direction, something like this. For now, I'm assuming we'll end up just closing something like this for the week, and essentially having nothing burger week. So far bullish though. very, very bullish on these markets. All right, Nasdaq. How's our Nasdaq doing? Sharing that low volatility metric as well. On the SSR front, did we end up moving up? No, we did not. We ended up moving down, which makes sense because it has a lag of 1. Let's see what the next week brings. You are the first expected move here on the weekly. For the daily, entropy is moving down. I'm still looking up for these markets. It doesn't mean we can't have down days or anything like that, but just even going off probabilities, we probably see higher prices in the near future. Be careful with volatility. All right. Stop making exactly. All right, let's take a look at the cryptos. What's going on? Yesterday, I think we were somewhere at 59,000, something like that, 58,000. I can't quite remember on stream, and I was saying, hey, you probably continue to see lower prices. We had I wish I had the old do up. I apologize, I don't, but I think the 1 hour gave you a pretty decent occurrence on the Balancer here, which was definitely, you know, you were definitely able to have a play off of it, especially because I think it was at like 1% on the cone as well. Let's take a look back at 37 bars. You know, I don't know what's good probabilities for you to take a trade, but like 1%, 0.1%, pretty damn good. Pretty damn good occurrence. We did end up seeing lower prices. HVP is still expanding here. Yeah, you got a couple of plays here off the 1%. Actually, the latest being quite decent indeed. The Balancer, yes, exactly. All right, for Bitcoin, is this likely to continue downwards in this sort of fashion? Let's see. You did end up getting a cross on mom, which is good. It is still in negative territory, which is not so good. If we're going off of the probabilities, let's actually take a look at those. 55,684, and maybe let's grab just the top of the range, 67,902. What was the other one? 55,884. All right, so here are your probabilities. They're making it extremely easy for you. 30% chance of everything. All right, so from the probabilities perspective, over the next 30 days, you have 32% chance of closing below 55, 30% chance of staying within the range, 34% chance, excuse me, and 33% chance of going above the range. So in terms of making a clear bet, this is probably not a good betting environment unless you were to bet on just staying above 55. What's the bottom range here? 55,684 over the next 30 days. That would certainly put the probabilities on your side, as you would be at about 70% chance of being correct. Volatility still likely to continue expanding as long as mom is negative here, as long as the XEM is negative here. I'm probably going to assume that we see lower prices. As long as these conditions do persist. The SSR is in some sort of mean reversion, or it's suggesting that, hey, these returns are not going to be self-similar. We're seeing that actually now. As you know, this is a return of what, like negative 5%. Today's return is 2.6%. You know, those two are definitely not self-similar. I'm still betting on volatility expanding here. Let's take a look at the cone as well. 10 bars back. You are now on the 5% cone. You are now on the 5% cone. You have you have a 90% chance of staying within the cone. So take that as you will. I am personally bleeding on this volatility trade at the current time, but the volatility has not come in yet. It has not been the 45 days that I've assigned to it, so I'm going to continue to wait on this trade to pan out or not. We will have to wait and see and keep ourselves updated with that. Let's take a look at the longer term timeframes as well. This is the most interesting thing about Bitcoin at this price. We are on the due line. This has played really well in previous times in Bitcoin, so it does have a decent chance of playing out here. There is a reduction in the R squared on the MOM3G as well as you're moving down. That would certainly be pretty positive, and you do have a lot of room on the SSR for the weekly if we begin to do something new. Powerful stuff. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Where is it? No. Ethereum getting a much bigger bounce today. Nice. SSR way down there, likely to start something new. Anything else we want to say? Higher volatility in the future, very similar to Bitcoin. Let's take a look at the 7-day on this as well. Going off for a second. Yeah, the Dew's playing pretty damn well. It is still, from a weekly perspective, it's in set it and forget it mode. From a daily perspective, it is still in price reduction mode. So the thing that I'd want to say with these two assets is, hey, look for the XCM to turn green on the daily. That'll probably get you a good play. If we make it above the due line, that's fucking perfect. Look for the SSR to give you something new, and if you are playing volatility, then I think this is you still should be expecting higher volatility in the future. I don't think that's off the table at all. All right, let's take a look at some of the suggested stuff. What did you post here? Be something. Always lose it. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. BTTR. All right, what's this one? Better Choice Company. Nice, this is a good find. Bullish. Bullish right here, right now, actually. Nice setup with the MOM, nice setup with the SSR, HVP expanding. You probably see higher pricing, and you actually do have some room to move up here as well. Let's take a look at the cone. Yeah, you have plenty of room here. Nice, well done if you are in this asset. Let's take a look at the weekly as well, just for the shits and giggles. SR got plenty of room on the weekly as well. R squared expanding, MOM moving up. Nice volatility low and expanding. This can take a long time. Probably a nice trading play here. Probably a nice trading play here for the long side. Nice, well done. All right, let's take a look at Doge GF. You've kindly provided me with the USD conversion to Doge GF. Doge. All right, so this is Elon Musk's girlfriend, as far as I understand, right? So we don't have that much data on it. There haven't been enough trading days. SSR is likely to give you something new above the bounce, or MOM has gone positive here. If you just wanted to go off of those things, that would make sense. We could also subdivide it into smaller time frames. For example, the 4-hour MOM has gone positive here. SSR likely to do something new. HVP expanding, probably see a nice pump for Doge GF. Can we get the cone on this? Yes, we can. And we can actually set it back a little bit. 16 bars. All right, so to what price could we get on Doge GF if things get insane? If you go to the unlikely land, you can get to 77 cents. That's certainly within the range of probabilities. If you wanted to set those out further, like to the 0.1% probability, you definitely could. You know, we can go to what is 356 and so on the further out we go in time. Not that I would be betting that we get there, but it is something that's within the range of probabilities here. Doge GF looking powerful so far. So Doge GF SSR looking really interesting. When you set QMZ to it, I've never seen it that low for anything. Let's take a look at that. So the QMZ is attempting to provide you with more context on a relative basis. Like we know on an absolute level, you know, okay, SSR is low on an absolute level. You know, we do have actually bands for the context as well, but you could certainly use something like the QMZ to provide you with even more on a relative basis. Marks later, yes. Actually above the power mean, yeah. Take a look at QMZ score. Let's set it over to the SSR. And the beauty about these indicators that you can use a lot of them on on the other indicators to gain more context like this. Let's take a look at the MA. All right, so for measuring it off of the MA, it is actually not that low. The MA does have a lag to it. Let's take a look at it with the just the SS. I set it to, oh, you're looking on a daily. That's what I'm doing. That's the difference here. That's the difference here. Yeah, QMZ score extremely low at negative 2.91. Also, the absolute level of the SSR is actually very low. So we could make the assumption that, hey, this is unlikely to persist like this. You're likely to start something new. I wonder if we can get probabilities on something like this. It's too many zeros. Too many zeros. I'm gonna assume up for the time being. Look for the SSR to start something new. Yeah. The SSR is not a. It's not predicting that we're gonna go up or anything like that. But just going off the bounce or even or the do, I would be looking up at this time. That can certainly change around. All right. What else? What else? Let's take a look at some of the cryptos. I want to take a look at time. Is this finally listed? No, is it? Is this a top 100 now? If this is a top 100 and it's still not listed on TradingView, that's not very nice. It's not very nice at all. Wrapped AVAX time. I think this is it. Yeah, but this is versus AVAX. So if we wanted to see the price of time in AVAX, we would have to do something like this, which is to invert it. And this still wouldn't give us. Please. So I hope I'm doing this correctly. You guys can certainly compare it to something like CoinGecko or CoinMarketCap. Do math of time XUSDT. There isn't much data we can gain from this. It's one, it's too recent. Two, we don't have, yeah, we just don't have that much time. Like the volatility hasn't had enough time. We could go to a lower time frame, for example, but this is going to give you low time frame results. You shouldn't be expecting a move on the daily on the hourly time frame. and vice versa. I HVP though, probably cools. Probably cools. All right, let's take a look at some of the traditional stuff. Let's take a look at gold. And I have to remember to invert my charts. Yes. Gold looking very positive. Gold looking very positive. Above the dew, I'm expecting the big moves to come to the upside. On the beach mode, it is in basically set it and forget it. Hold some of this asset as long as that condition remains. SSR likely to give you something new here. Silver giving you a nice bounce off of the dew here as well. Also likely to start something new on the SSR. How are the currencies doing? And actually we should cover rates today as well. Dixie, we did end up seeing that volatility finally starting to play out on the daily from this point, this chunk actually. This is your environment of extremely low volatility. This is now getting into the high volatility, at least on a relative basis. Likely to keep expanding this for the time being. Looks like the big moves are going to come to the upside, which can be very scary if you're trading against the dollar. So if you are trading currencies, be very careful, especially if you're weighed, if you're short dollars. In the shorter term, what can we expect? We do have mom crossing down, although it is done with r squared moving down as well. It did reach a second expected move today as well, bouncing off that, and the SSR is in some sort of mean reversion. Probably continues this behavior at least for the time being, so the returns are unlikely to be self-similar here, and the range is pretty wide. I would assume you see some sort of downside in the short term. All right, let's take a look. I did the math. Willing either time Kilmore Snowbank lasts for a year and we'll be millionaires more or less. I did the math. If only, man. Like I don't understand who's getting screwed. Somebody in there is getting screwed, and I don't know who it is. I don't think the model works if you get significant downside, and the reason I don't think the model works is specifically because it's collateralized. Like I don't want to be knocking on this shit, and I'm probably going to be buying some of that Rome DAO as well just to get exposure, but like when everything is dumping and your value is dependent on you having this, at least I don't know if this is how Rome is structured. I know Ohm is structured like this, which is what the Rome guys are forking off of, but essentially they hold a bunch of crypto assets. I'm not a hater. Tyson stream activated, goddamn. I'm not a hater. I'm just saying, like, there's somebody's gonna get fucked. So at some point, you know, when all your shit is selling off and you're trying to maintain the value of that coin, you're gonna have to be selling all your shit, which adds to the sale of the shit. It's like what is it? It's autopoetic, right? It's it's like it's self-serving. Get to the chopper. Yeah, exactly. And especially if it gets big. If one of those forks gets to I am -1 if one of those forks gets to, are we live? I hope we're live. All right. Can someone they fucking shut me down. They heard me. They heard me, god damn it. Oh my god. Am I? All right. Hang on. I'm back. Okay. Okay, good. All right. Yeah, they fucking heard. They heard. All right. I'm going to stop talking about this. I'm going to stop talking about this. All right, Jesus. They heard me. All right, so I don't know, like on the way up, very nice, you know, you're gonna get some juice out of that, definitely, but I don't think it's a solution to world poverty by any stretch of the imagination. But we'll see. Better have some exposure than not. All right, anything else we want to look at? Yeah, we want to look at rates. we want to look at rates. Yeah, apologies if the stream is down. I don't actually know. Some people are saying it's okay, some people are not. If somebody could confirm, that would be great. Maybe refresh the page as well, so that you can get another 1-minute ad. I do have internet. Yeah, okay, it's working now. Okay, good. Rates have had a significant move down into the Friday. The 20s and the 30s are still inverted. This is not very good, and we see this with a rising US dollar and rising gold. You know, for all the people that are participating in sort of macro bullshit thinking, they're going to be shitting their pants. I personally, I don't know how much impact that has. I don't think the 20 and the 30 inversion is very good from a monetary perspective at all. It would suggest we have some trouble on the horizon, not quite immediate, but we do have it, and it's pretty damn bad. But you know, those macro guys from the old world, they do have a lot of money to manage, a lot of them. So be aware, you know, we could see people start reacting to that pretty damn soon. Let's take a look at AVAX and eGold. Wow, AVAX performing extremely well, playing very nice with the do. HVP expanding. Is the mom is positive here. Yeah, this is a long. This is definitely a long. Look for the SSR to start something new very shortly. If you're participating in AVAX, fuck, well done, well done. Let's take a look at eGold as well. eGold going for the start of the run here as well. You will still see down days. I don't want to say that it's going to blast off here and just, you know, in a single straight move. We've seen similar environments before. I will be using the SSR to kind of confirm that, but you are very likely to start something new here. Your probabilities are definitely to the upside here. I don't think you need me to tell you that. With expanding HVP, HVZ is giving you a bit of an extreme here, just gaining some more context into it. Can definitely cool off and go for another run. Likely higher volatility in the future, likely moving to the upside, likely to start something new on the SSR. If you want to wait for that for a setup, that's fine. If not, I would just generally want to have exposure to these assets. You have to buy AVAX to buy time. Yeah, there's a lot of these. I think Moon River is another one of those. You have to buy it in order to buy something else. Platforms. Maybe you get a play out of this as well. SSR likely to start something new here as well. Mom did give you a positive cross, although it's still in a bear stance here, so be careful with this one. Certainly not as good looking as AVAX is. Let's take a look at eGold. Oh yeah, that was eGold. Yeah, I just generally want to be participating in those assets. Nice, well done. Well done. Anything else we want to take a look at today? Time, Kilma, Snowbank. I don't think we get any of those on TradingView. Kilma Dog, no. Snowbank. Oh, we do have Snowbank Wrap BNB. We could probably do a conversion of some sort. Not much data on this. All right. You can get time. AVAX says gas needed for time transactions. Nice. There was also a bunch of other fucking streamers. I don't know. There's been a bunch of shit going on with with other people's discords and whatnot. Somebody was mentioning Ada. I want to take a look at that. How's Ada doing? Schopenhauer, welcome. Thank you for the follow. Let's get some more history on this. Who has the most history on Ada? Ada's been around for a long time. We should have a lot of history on it. The Bittrex. Yeah, it should be enough. You likely see higher volatility in ADA. We can actually put on the new due lines to give us context into, hey, might this be a good time to buy it? Let's take a look at the bands. So you did get some nice plays off the bottom ranges here. I know it's a little bit confusing because for each of the due bands, it's actually trying to provide you with a range as well, denoted in the dark gray. So just paying attention to the white lines here, and it can also give us a context into what kind of ranges we can actually expect. And here we should be expecting wider ranges. We are at the bottom of the due band. You probably had a decent play here. You didn't go outside on an occurrence like this. This would have been much tradable. The XCM, for what it's worth, is still printing red, suggesting, hey, further cost reduction for the time being. Let's go off of probabilities here. Are you in unlikely land 10 bars back? So you're on the 5% cone. You have 90% chance of closing within the cone over this time period of, I think, 60 days from where it starts. Pretty good odds for upside. Nothing too crazy at 5%, but certainly nothing to laugh at. You do have 90% chance of closing inside the cone. The drift is still denoted to the upside. If you make those bets over and over again, just by the law of large numbers, that's your success rate will be 90%. It doesn't mean that we can't go lower. It does mean that we're 90% likely to stay within the cone. HVP likely to expand in the future here. Mom did give you a cross up from the negative zone here, but it is still down. It is still below the due, and the XCM is still printing reds. If you wanted more confidence on something like this, other than just taking the 5% bet over and over again, I would probably wait for the beach mode to activate, for the XCM to turn green and to just hold on there. Check my Discord DM. What have you done? Why are you sliding into my DMs? All right, thank you. So InCoach has kindly provided us with conversion for time. There's just not enough data. There's not enough data. If you want exposure for something like this, then have exposure. Probably smarter than not having exposure. But from a trading perspective, from a probabilities perspective, we don't have enough data. I can give you probabilities for this time period, but are they going to be significant? No. And they're more than likely going to say, hey, likely upside. It's because we've been going up. Yeah, sure, we can go on 4 hour. We can go on the 4 hour. Likely higher volatility in the future. That's the one bet I would want to make. Positive on the 4 hour if you wanted to manage off that. The SSR is giving you a nice entry. Yeah, could definitely see a nice pump for time in the short term on the 4 hour basis. Some volatile dude, thanks for joining, man. Much appreciated. I hope you have an awesome weekend. All right, anything else we want to take a look at? And you know, it's a similar kind of thing with Bitcoin and stuff from the probabilities perspective. Like, oh, are we gonna bounce here? Is it done? The honest answer is that none of us know. Like if anybody's pretending that they absolutely with 100% certainty know that this is the end of this move here, they don't. Unlikely that we see same behavior just off the SSR perspective, and we have a 90% chance of staying within the cone. Take that as you will, you know. Like this is why your moving averages won't cure poverty for everybody, is because trading is damn hard, and it's a probability based game. So you have to take chances, and you have to take them in small enough steps and over and over and over again, so that you can actually get to those success rates over many occurrences, right? The one bet I want to make here is, hey, we probably see higher volatility. We are on some of the ranges for the due as well. especially on the weekly. The weekly seems to suggest that we are going to see a bounce here off of the due, especially with the new update, at least for the time being. Let me take the bands off. We are directly on the due, and I think the R squared is moving down as well, and not much actually. I don't want to give that any secret. The mom is still moving down, but it is in positive territory. Also the other thing I was looking at is the QMZ on the marks later. I was doing some work with this morning. So this is off the closes. It is giving you an extreme low here as well. Nick, stop bathing with people. All right. We have had some really good occurrences on the marks later. This is a bit of an older tool, but it's fucking gold. This is actually like back in fuck, I don't even remember how old this is. This is quite an older tool, but it's very powerful. You know, it's outlined some very nice balance areas, certainly very tradable. In the previous market, and actually if you I don't believe that like just because you're at an extreme here, oh, you know, all of this is going to happen. No, but it's just, are we likely to bounce here? Are we at some sort of extreme? The answer is yes, and we actually are seeing that on the daily here as well. So if we were to make an assumption, the assumption would be that, hey, we likely spend some time before we go lower, or even if we go lower, likely a decent bounce probability here. Nice, powerful. It's also outlined some decent tops. Very powerful tool for trading. Stop it. Stop blasting my chat with your shit. go to code Jesus, okay? Go. Nick doesn't pill people, he's suppositories. Fucking true. You are in the 5% cone. We are in unlikely land. We probably spend some time here in terms of price. Probably fill out some sort of range, maybe even go higher from this point. I don't have much of an opinion. The one thing I will say is we very likely see higher and higher volatility from here on out. Powerful stuff. All right, is there anything else we want to look at? Anything you guys are interested in? Yeah, they're jokers in the chat. Maybe let's look at Tesla. We were talking shit about Tesla yesterday. No, not crypto. Yeah, actually getting higher prices today, and we see the SSR moving up with this move up as well. Powerful stuff for Tesla. You got a 1% occurrence on it. Nice. HVP is expanding. I think you're gonna see a brand new high in Tesla, provided that this continues and we go positive on the mom as well as the R square expands on it. HVZ's got some room for the next leg up as well. Powerful Tesla. Maybe some traditionals. Yeah, let's take a look at those. What else do we want to look at? Maybe Facebook. Oh, I want to update AMC and GME, a couple of the ones that we were looking at, suggesting, hey, there's probably volatility play here. The IV rank of this was very low as well. GME is looking pretty healthy, still here for a long, as the SSR has now crossed up, almost likely to start something new here with this kind of behavior. I know it's printing red dots, but it is above the MA here. And the HEP has started expanding, although very slowly. The AMC, I don't think is in such a good position. AMC had a very big down day yesterday, and the SSR is moving up on it, suggesting that you're gonna see a run like with this kind of behavior over the very immediate term. So probably for next week we see some downside for AMC. If you want it to be directionless, I think these are good volatility bets on both AMC and GME. Can I look at QNT? Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Quantum, this is crypto Tether. This is pretty damn recent. Let's take a look at a shorter term time frame. You got some good plays here off of the 1% cone, and I'm even willing to bet if we go back further to 24 bars, probably lined up pretty well. Yeah, under the 5%, somewhere between 5 and 1%. Volatility is still expanding. You are in a cost reduction. This is off 4-hour basis, so take that with a grain of salt. But you know, I'm not looking forward days. I'm looking forward hours. Likely see higher volatility. I would wait for the XCM. If you wanted to add something like this to your portfolio, I'd wait for the XCM to turn green. I don't have an opinion on whether you go lower or not. You are in unlikely land. You got some decent occurrences off of the cone. I think those are mostly done. It's just a wait and see at this point. All right, take a look at. Yes, and on daily, there's just not enough data. It's too recent. It's too recent. This new anti-smoking ad. It's a girl in her mid-20s reading what sounds like BDSM sex contract. Bro, ASMR is going mainstream, all right. ASMR against smokers. I mean, it's decently smart though, you know, because like mostly, I mean, maybe this is an assumption, I don't know, but I would assume that mostly men are smokers. And if it's not gonna be women that make them quit, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. All right, let's take a look at TLT. TLT has now gone bullish. TLT has now gone bullish. HEP still expanding. It is a very, very high environment. HVZ's got room. SSR is moving up. Entropy's moving down. MOM has just gone positive. I think we're gonna see lower and lower yields. I think we're gonna see lower and lower yields. Yeah, do post in Discord. All the hosts I know used to know. All the hosts I used to know were smokers. What happened to them? All smokers. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, man. All right. Yeah, I think TLC's got to play on it. Let's see the short end. I think it's SH or is it SY? No, SY maybe. No? Oh my god. Treasury bond ETF. Well, I guess nobody trades this. Why? What are the tickers? Is Dogman in here? What's he doing work? All right, I'm gonna look at this next time. I would assume shorter yields, at least on the long end for the time being. Sorry, excuse me. I would assume lower yields in the short term. Just going off the TLT. All right. I think I'm gonna leave you guys there. I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I hope that volatility picks up so I can finally profit and go into Rome. Probably not gonna get it all that well, just because it's gonna take some time. But hey, one man can hope. And I hope you guys have an awesome weekend. Trade safe, don't get blown up, and you know, look at the probabilities. Thank you guys for joining. Have a good one. Oh, you guys want to raid? You guys want to raid? All right, I'll give you guys a Friday raid. All right, it's it's Friday. We can make that happen. All right. Thanks, Code Lord. Thanks for being here. All right, let me line up a raid here. Which one of these mic clickers shall we go for today? People keep sending me messages if I want to become famous. We have Smints in here. If anybody's got parents in their room, tell them to leave now. Tell him to leave now. All right. Here goes the non-binary ASMR, dude. I'd hate to repeat a joke twice. I'd hate to repeat a joke twice. All right, let's make one of these streamers 11 people more famous. Who's got low viewers? There's some sort of bikini competition. Jesus, how is this shit allowed? And also, someone's streaming like Sea of Thieves under the hot tub page. Oh my god, these guys are jokes. Alright, I found. My parents are waiting with me for this. Do I have this muted? What's going on? Alright. Alright, and then I want to go raid a channel. Yeah, here we go. Nice Friday raid. Alright, peace out, suckers. Do Warren Buffett's in our chat, okay?